We are at Union Station, where we're about to board the Up Express with Metrolinx CEO Phil Verster to talk all things transit. From Presto machines to Union Station construction and updates on the Ontario line, we're going to dig deep into top 2019 issues and find out what's in store for 2020. We know that this train has become a lot more popular with local commuters as opposed to just people going to the airport. How has that been a challenge for Metrolinx?
The biggest thing that makes a difference with Up is the fact that it's so frequent, and the frequency is a crucial factor in transit.
Can customers expect any changes in the fare next year, because it has fluctuated a little bit?
We've been taking a very close look at fares, and as you know, we've reduced fares for short distances. We appreciate that transit needs to be accessible for everyone.
Speaking of fares, we know that Presto machines continue to cause some problems. We know there was an AG report this year that because of some mechanical issues, there were hundreds of thousands of dollars lost in fare evasions. What is Metrolinx doing to address those issues?
I think one must put this in perspective. Hundreds of thousands of dollars lost in fare revenues got very little to do with Presto. Money is lost with fare evasion because of how transit organizations check on fares. We've increased our number of fare inspectors to make sure people don't evade paying for fares.
As you mentioned, you're working closely with the TTC on things like Presto. What has your relationship with them been like this year, and how challenging is it working with a completely different agency so closely on these projects?
You know, despite what the media would like to portray, the TTC and ourselves are colleagues, and we work extremely closely together on a whole range of things.
Let's talk about some specifics. We know one of the big announcements this year was the Ontario line. How is Metrolinx going to get involved with that project?
We are in the market now, talking to bidders and to parties that will deliver the capital construction works. So we are pushing really fast to get the tunnels built as soon as possible, and to show that it's happening.
What are the plans with incorporating the Up Express with that? Are there going to be new stops, and do we know where those stops are yet?
Now, we've not finalized that service plan yet, and that service plan is not in the near future. But we are thinking about 10 years ahead in terms of what services will be required and what would support the development of the city.
Thinking 10 years ahead, how challenging is it knowing that you're going to be working with multiple different governments who may change the plan over and over again?
What is very enlightening about Toronto is that everyone seems to understand the importance of transit. There seems to be nearly no one that says don't focus on transit.
But it's how to expand it and what exactly to do that has put the city in a standstill.
Yeah, you're right.
What did you think of some of the backlash about using the Instagram influencers to promote the Ontario line?
Our use of influencers got a lot of reaction publicly, and I am still mystified why there's so much talk about this.
I think the issue was that it was the Ontario line. It was premature. Do you think it was premature?
I don't. The Ontario line is very real.
What is the update on Union Station construction? It feels like that project has been so delayed and so over budget. Do you have an update?
We work very closely with the city on Union Station. At Union Station, there are many parties that own many different parts of Union Station. Most of the work on the Bay Concourse are progressing well. The city's contractor last year went bankrupt and had to be replaced, and so we are now back into making progress with Union Station. And we're very excited that the Bay Concourse will be available in 2020.